She has lived in the fictional towns of Henderson, Somerset, and Bay City. No stranger to daytime serial drama, Tina Sloan is best known for her role as head nurse Lillian Raines on Guiding Light, the longest-running drama in television history.
She's a truth speaker, and that's a lovely thing to be. I get to say to everybody pretty much what I want to say to them.
I think having a veteran actress that the audience loves for over 25 years is really important to have on a show like this.
At the same time that I'm speaking the truth to them, I also understand how they're human and they have foibles, and so I allow that in, you know.
When you see Lillian, you kind of feel like, you know, I'm watching Guiding Light and I'm watching somebody I know and care about.
Tina says she was hired because she was a strong actor who could play a weak character. Lillian Raines was introduced to Springfield as a woman with an abusive husband, but over the years, Lillian Raines has emerged as the calming, reasonable voice in a sea of stormy Springfield stories.
Somebody said to me, you know, you say the things that the audience wants to say to the characters. You say to Beth, Beth, stop going through all these men. There's one man after another.
The vibrancy and the vitality that Tina Sloan has is somehow married with Lillian Raines's charm and vitality. And she's honest. I mean, I think the camera just sees honesty.
People can come and tell me off camera things they're doing that they might not tell anybody else, because I'll just go, okay, so you murdered 3 people yesterday. Okay, now how did that feel? You know, I don't go, oh my God. I just have a tolerance or an understanding or a compassion for what people do in their lives, and I don't ever put them down for it. I think Lillian and I both share this.
Tina Sloan became the first daytime actor to have a mammogram on the air when her character faced breast cancer. The audience's response to the story was overwhelming.
The American Cancer Society called me and said, we've never in our history gotten so many calls, because they'd have me on after doing a PSA saying, go and get a checkup, get a mammogram.
She did what many women would do. I mean, she went through all of the questions and she had to make decisions. We suffered with her. Then she came out the other side, and we celebrated with her.
They'd call me in the studio to ask me, to tell me that they were going through this. Or a 16-year-old girl would say, I have a lump, but the doctor says I'm too young, and I'd write, go to another doctor. Because it takes a year to go through this, not 1 hour, it's real, and people can watch it and say, oh yes. Women would write me and say, by crying for you, I was able to cry for myself at last. I was too busy taking care of my husband and my children to cry for myself when I went through my cancer.
She had the, famous affair with Ed that broke up her, relationship with Maureen, and she really is one of the finest actresses in daytime today.
Maybe I'm blaming the fact that I had cancer, and I don't want to hide behind it, but there were times when I just wanted to live. I wanted to take everything I could have and not care about tomorrow. Now, maybe that was ignorance. Maybe it was fear. Or maybe it was deliberate cruelty. How are you ever going to know that I didn't want it to end up like this?
Tina says one of her most challenging scenes as an actor was writing a letter that would contribute to Lillian's best friend's death on the show.
I got up from the desk maybe 18 times. I couldn't do it. The crew was getting a little irritated with me, but I'd go to the bathroom, I'd have to breathe. I was so upset that I was going to bring about her death by this letter. And she was a great friend of mine, and she came over to me and said, don't worry, it's okay, go ahead and do it. And I said, I can't do it. I'd start crying, and then I'd walk off, and I'd come back. And it's the only time in my life I've had to walk off the set.
According to Tina, there is a downside to playing Nurse Lillian for all of these years.
Everybody else is dressed in beautiful clothes and looking glamorous, and I'm putting on that nurse's uniform, although that was fun with the little hat and the high heels and the short skirt. I loved that time. But then when, you wear the scrubs every day and you put on the sneakers with the scrubs, you feel a little depressed. You want to look pretty like everybody else looks.
We wanted to know if Lillian and Tina's paths ever crossed. Might they become friends?
I think I'm much more adventuresome than she is. I'm always jumping on planes and going off somewhere. Climb mountains like Kilimanjaro in Africa or in the Himalayas. I don't see Lillian doing any of that. I think Lillian would get on a plane and be scared to death. I really do. I think she's much more gentle and much more loving her home. If Tina got sick and was in the hospital, she and Lillian would become best friends and probably stay best friends, because I have all kinds of friends.
In addition to her daytime career, Tina Sloan has also appeared in several movies and primetime television shows. Many of Guiding Light's younger actors say they're learning a lot from working with Tina.
I did a couple scenes with her a few weeks ago, and she was very open to, she wanted to rehearse, she wanted to go over our stuff before we went out.
It's just wonderful to be able to interact with these young kids and their ideas. It gives me so much. It keeps me so young. I mean, I have a son who's 29, and he's not with me the way these kids are every day.
She just has such command over what she's doing, and yet such ease and grace about the way that she acts, it's so seamless.
In recent years, Tina Sloan has faced difficult personal challenges and seen her role on Guiding Light diminished.
Because partly I was grumpy. I was in so much pain. And then I go and climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And I say that's sort of my spirit quest, to go to the mountains. And when I come back, I come back to life. And I do the story with Buzz then.
Tina says the storyline with Buzz Cooper, played by Emmy Award-winning actor Justin Dees, has helped the audience see Lillian's more spontaneous, fun-loving, and adventurous side.
I think she became who she is for the first time ever, ever, ever. I really do. I mean, when she came out of that woods, I thought, that's right, she's having adventure. It may be in her own backyard, but she's having some excitement in her life, and it's about her. He revitalized Lillian, I felt. There's an energy that he gives me that I give him that's terrific.
In 2008, Soap Opera Digest marked Tina Sloan's 25th anniversary on Guiding Light with a special feature. So what does Tina want her fans to know right now about Lillian?
That she's so happy with Buzz and with her daughter, and Beth, I think, will find Philip again. I so hope so. And Lizzie seems happy. Lillian just loves everybody and wants everybody to love her.
If you're wondering just how far Lillian might go to protect her family, consider this scene with Guiding Light's scheming millionaire, Alan Spaulding.
Just bring her over here.
Don't you dare tell me what to do.
You're the reason that mother-in-laws get a bad rap.
Oh, and how about father-in-laws who marry their daughter-in-laws? Men with a warped sense of right and wrong have ruled my family for far too long. I paid for it, Beth paid for it, and Lizzie paid for it, and I am damned if Sarah's gonna pay for it.
I will not take no for an answer. Do you understand?
I've lived here for quite a long time, and I have heard a lot. I have seen a lot, and believe me, I could tell the police a lot.
Coming next, Tina talks about the recent cancellation of Guiding Light and how changing shoes is helping her face aging honestly and fearlessly.
Every woman as we age should be taking care of herself, and that's what I'm trying to say in my book and my play. Let's take care of ourselves as we age.